Welcome, everybody, to the Air Force Golf Show. I'm Dave Roberts.
I'm Rudy J.
Hey, we're saving lives one swing at a time. We got a really great show today, Rudy. We're going to be talking the Masters.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Back to back.
Yes, exciting.
Like Mel Gibson and Danny Glover.
I like it. And we're going to talk about the mental part of it as well, because it did take some resiliency for him to recover after a couple of days of front nines that just were not Rory-like, and then bringing it together on the backside to get that second dream jacket.
Augusta wasn't as beautiful as it normally is.
Oh, it's always beautiful. One day we're gonna have to.
I'm just saying, Scotty and Ron thought differently.
Well,
Scotty thought differently.
Yeah, you're either first or you're last.
Disrespect Scotty like that.
Hey, folks, go ahead and pour yourself a bubble. We're gonna be right back. You're listening to the Air Force Golf Show. Welcome back, everybody, to the Air Force Golf Show. I'm Dave Roberts.
Rudy J.
The Masters.
Yes, sir.
A tradition like no other.
Yeah.
I just had to say that on
It was a little different, and it's funny because when I'm watching the Masters this year, and a lot of stuff that we've talked about as far as influencers and celebrities being used to grow the game. You see Kevin Hart at the par 3. You see all these different influencers at the course, and we're like, you and I have talked about it, like, yes, obviously it's Augusta, but keep in mind, ESPN can't do any of that without Augusta's approval, okay?
Correct.
That's number one. Number two, it's like, okay, we've given the golfers a chance to grow it. It's not growing as fast as we like. Let's kind of go a little bit away from let's sell a hat that says Azalea. You know what I mean? There was a lot of different things that went on that you and I have talked about as far as like, hey, we got to find a way to get younger. And I saw a lot of that throughout the 4 days in Georgia.
And there was a lot more digital content by the
A lot more digital content, exactly.
The YouTubers were there, the one YouTube golfer. Now, the one thing that you cannot have, folks, in Augusta, Georgia, is this right
and
here.
I like that.
Ask Mark Calcavecchia.
He got kicked out.
Yes.
They kicked him out the tournament.
They actually kicked out a couple of years ago. They kicked out one of the studio commentators because he went around the corner, used the phone. There are no phones on that property.
No, and there's an iconic picture of Rory in his back, on his follow through, and everyone's watching. And the most beautiful thing about the picture, there was no phones out. And now if you look at an iconic, even Jordan's picture with the Utah shot, it's iconic because everyone wasn't like this. Everyone's like this, like,
yes.
You know what I mean? So there's something special about being able to disconnect, and Augusta makes you, but it made for a better moment. That makes sense?
Right. Well, think about this, okay, for a second. It's the happiest place on earth for 1 week, okay?
For sure.
It's not the third wedding of your uncle.
$70 million in merch doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. They get their gross national product in 1 week, by the way.
It's
not like going 2 days to a theme park, plodding along, waiting in line. People want to go to the Masters, so they're willing to go to the stringent rules of not having any electronics, not sneaking any food and beverage. And, when you're buying a sandwich for $1.50, who cares? But the thing is, it's so pure. The golf course is pure. The people are pure. They're all nice, and they're all having a good time. You're not seeing anybody getting really crazy.
I've never been, so I don't know, Dave. Sorry.
Well, we're going to have to take you.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I'll
just have to win the raffle.
No.
I got people that have been trying to win the raffle for 20 years and can't get in.
Well.
Oh, okay.
We're working on it.
You know somebody. All right. I'll wait.
I just have to get the ticket for you.
Okay.
My ticket's punched. With my membership, I can go and do that. So that's kind of cool. So now I just got to worry about getting the ticket for you. Maybe stay in Atlanta. We'll drive every day. Stop at the, the Waffle House. Got to go to the Waffle House when you go to Georgia. If you don't go to the Waffle House.
First Waffle House reference on the Air Force Golf Show.
Hey, you got to go there, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's talk Masters. Rory, back to back. They did change tradition a little bit. The chairman actually gave him the jacket. Usually it's the previous winner, Scotty Scheffler, would have done it. And if you win back-to-back like the last person to do it, Tiger, it was the previous winner who actually put the
They switched it up.
So they switched it up a little bit. But resiliency, 2 days in a row, front nines were terrible.
Right.
And to bring it together on the back nine.
Hey, look, he's so relaxed. I never thought for a moment that he was going to lose. You could tell the pressure was off of him. The weight was off of his shoulders from winning it last year. I never doubted him because he just looked relaxed the whole time. You know, we've seen Rory blow up and shoot an 80 on a Sunday. Remember that?
Oh
year when
yeah,
he was
man.
leading?
Number 10, he went
Yeah.
where nobody, even the cameras, don't even.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I I'm happy for Rory, but I do have my moments with Rory where I'm like, okay, guy, we get it. He
And
talks a lot. He has a lot. He doesn't bite his tongue.
he's very
He's
opinionated.
very, especially at the height of PGA versus Live. And I'm like, Rory, they all haven't touched 200. I know Nike gave you 200 million, but they didn't give John Rahm 200 million. When somebody says, we'll give you 200 million, the answer is yes.
That is life-changing money.
The answer is yes. So Rory, I had 2 years where I wasn't a fan of Rory, but I was happy for Rory. I like seeing dominance. I like it. I do like seeing, the middle of the road.
But he's
But I
that
like seeing
guy
dominance.
who can mess up and then come back.
Yes.
One of the disappointing things was I thought we were going to go down the stretch after 11 holes. Justin Rose is in the lead. And last year it was Justin Rose and McIlroy. And I thought we were heading for another one. And then all of a sudden Rose is spraying it right. His driver left him. The putter left him. He 3-putts hole 13, which is a birdie hole for everybody.
Was that the hole that last year won him the tournament?
Yes.
With the 7-iron in?
Yes.
Okay.
That is the exact hole. Justin hits it above the hole, which is death. And then all of a sudden, I mean, he just blew on the ball, and those greens are faster than a pickpocket. I mean, they just
concrete.
And it's gone. And so he missed it coming back up where Rory was able, putting from the fringe over the top to get it down and make the birdie. And so that's like a 2-shot swing right there. And
that was a great putt, by the way.
Yes, but I was worried, is he going to yank it left on 16 and go in the water?
He wasn't good off the box, Dave. He wasn't really that great off the box all 4 days. Like, he was in trouble quite a few times, but he scrambles eggs with the best of them.
I think one of the shots that was the most disappointing, and it's a major error, and I think this is what probably, I was going to say, this cost him the tournament. But in day 3, on Saturday, on hole number 11, he's in the middle of the fairway. The pin is front left. There's water on the left. And he decides he's going to hook it in there to a front left pin position.
Yes.
And he ditches it in the water.
Puts one in.
It's a yellow penalty area. So that means he's got to go back. He can't go drop it up there because it never crossed. And he ends up taking a double bogey, almost a triple, because he almost 3-tacked it.
Yeah. But I do think 5 more holes, Scotty comes and gets him.
Yes, Scotty had momentum.
I thought Scotty was coming to get him, but he ran out of time. And Scotty was saying, he was disappointed with some of the firmness of the greens. And when he had to go off on Friday, he said he put him 12 shots back. But then he said, hey, I finished within 1, so it's not bad. But that was because we compare him to Tim Duncan. Right. He's just like, they're the silent champions. They just win, go home. We don't even really know if they love it. So for Scotty to be that vocal about it, Rahm, I took it with a grain of salt. Like, I don't even, I don't follow John Rahm like that. But for Scotty to be that opinionated, what were your thoughts on what he was saying about the conditions?
First of all, it needs to be blessed that you're there, okay,
fair.
and in contention.
That's
okay.
Fair.
They do that on purpose. On several occasions that I have went to the Masters, I noticed that this year was firmer as well. Hole number 15 would be a classic example. Rory, the last day, he hits a shot and it hits the front of the green. And past, that ball was sucked back into the water. It bounced up onto the green and it was there. Hole number 8, the par 5, the one that you can't see the second shot coming in. Usually if you're hitting in the middle of the green, it's going to stay there. Everything was rolling to the back and off, making it a little bit more difficult. And I think that was Augusta's way of just saying, hey, we just don't want this to be a runaway, because underneath all those greens is a $12 million irrigation system. It has a cooling system in there. It has a heating system when it gets cold, and they control the irrigation very well. So I'm thinking that the board of the Masters said, "Hey, let's just let's toughen it up a little bit. Give it a little U.S. Open. We don't want 20 under. We don't want that 20 under." So that's my thoughts on it.
So you and I played together 4 or 5 times now. 100 yards in, the conditions from this past week, I get to play Augusta, 100 yards in, all 18 holes. Do I break 90?
No.
Why you say it so fast?
Because
why you say, like, yo, you could have, but for the audience, you could have.
Okay, hold on.
Let me ask again.
Let's do it. Ask again.
100 yards in, all 18. Do I break 90?
Hold on. No. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell that. Yeah,
Because Rudy, when we
100
went
yards in, Dave.
because it's my fault. Because when you and I were out on the golf course, I was teaching you to shoot at the flags. Remember I was telling you,
Yeah.
look at the little spot in front of you. I want you to go there. At Augusta, you can't shoot at the flags. If you shoot at the flags, you have an automatic 3-putt. So thinking about this, you're 3-putting every hole. Okay, there's 18 times 3 already. You're at 72 putts. Now you haven't hit any shots into the green yet. We're at 100, buddy. We're going there. We're going there. But those greens are super fast. And this is how fast for all y'all out
And
there.
undulated.
You want to know how fast it is? Go and stand on the top of your roof of your car. Put a golf ball and try to stop it on your hood ornament. That's how
You
fast
think
those,
so?
those
That's
things,
extreme. What
those
you
are
just
running
said.
14 or 15. Look at Justin Rose in the last day. He took it back 2 inches and just got it rolling, and it went 6 feet by the hole. But those guys are good. That's why they're on TV, and you and I, we talk about it on
TV. Right. Wow.
Yeah, they run about 14, 15, very fast. And for what people don't understand, that's a stimp meter.
Yes, explain
which is
to the
where
people.
you go and you have a board and it runs like this at a 90-degree angle, and you find the flat spot on the green and you take a golf ball and you roll it. And then it has how many feet it rolls out is how fast the greens are rolling. Now, your average golf course that you're playing
10.
at, that y'all 9, 10 at the most. We have some that are in San Antonio, TPCs, Canyon Springs. They'll run them at 12. It's just, you have to be on the right side of the hole or it's an automatic 3-putt. What Rory did and on 15 or 13 with putting, right, where Cameron Young chipped.
Yes.
Notice who made the birdie, who didn't. Cameron Young's ball couldn't stop. He couldn't put enough spin because the greens were hard. Rory recognized that. He said, let me use a putter. And there's nothing wrong, folks, with using a putter around the green.
Use that Texas wedge.
Oh, yeah, baby. I was showing you that when we were over in Florida. Hey, if you could put a putter on it,
If I
it's
can
so
put a
much easier
putter
to
on,
control.
I'm putting. Absolutely.
But the resiliency, and that's the part that wins now with Rory, where he had the chip on his shoulder, the monkey on his back, whatever you want to call it. That pressure got to him. Now that he has those 4 and he has the Grand Slam, right? Now it's like, okay, I could do this. I mean, I'm there because he had so many nightmares from Masters problems. I mean, it was really, really, you know, number 10 for, and then, you know, getting past number 12, getting past number 16, the par 3s with water. So many tournaments, even the A&A, the women's one that's the week before they played their last round at Augusta, the lady who was leading by 4 ended up losing the tournament because she kept ditching the water on 12. So
10 cup.
You cannot put here, Romeo, give me another one. You can't let your guard down on any of the holes. And what folks say, okay, well, 17 is just as iconic. Okay. 17 is you're hitting to a fairway that has a 5 to 8 degree slope that goes up. And if you don't hit it far enough, it's a blind shot going into the green. If you hit it too far, it's in the woods. You have to be very precise on that hard dog leg left. And then they put that pin right there in the front where anything can happen. Yeah. It's not really a gimme. So
you brought up something because I go through this speaking to our Sunday hackers. 95% of us by hole between 8 and 12, you realize I'm really not that good. Who cares about the rest of the round? Staying for the Sunday hacker, staying focused throughout the round to get better. Because I can't tell you how many rounds where I'll get to hole 11 or 12 and I'll be like, just wasn't my day.
Because you're playing for score, not playing for the next shot.
Right. But as the Sunday hacker who's just out there with your buddies, maybe you've had a few, what's to keep you wanting to play the right way?
Your ego.
Because I'll just start mailing it in. Like I'll just
but guess what? When you start mailing it in, guess what happens? You start playing better because then you took the pressure off. Pressure's self-induced, just as Jordan said. You create your own pressure, right?
Great point.
It's how you deal with that pressure. So you're out with your buddies and you're playing and you're forgetting. You're going, okay, I've got to shoot this score. What you've just forgot is, okay, let me get it into the fairway. All right, let's get it on the green. Okay, I missed the green. So what does it take to either get up and down, right? Or up and 2-putt, make a bogey. Instead of let's try some miracle
Bogey's
shot.
Great.
And you take bogey, guess what? You're right there at your 90-ish mark, okay? So bogey golf. What people don't realize also is You don't play to par. I play to par. You don't play to
No,
par. We talked about
never.
it in Florida. Rudy, I want you to play to your personal par. Okay. If you want it right now at a bogey golf, okay, then that means your target goal is 90. So can I beat 90? Then you've
I
won
haven't gotten
because you're
I
not
haven't
good.
shot an
And I'm not going
80
to say
yet.
that you're never going to,
Yeah.
but right now you're not going to shoot that 72. So what you need to do is play to your personal par and enjoy the game a lot more. Stop putting pressure on. That's why you have like a 17 handicap where I would have to, when we're playing, as we did over at McDill, I had to give you a stroke a hole. And then all of a sudden you started making pars. Well, see, unless I'm making birdies, I lose if I'm going mano a mano with you. And so you have to look at the game a different way. Everything, people derive it off of par. Oh God, I've just shot, 94.
Guilty.
No, you're play to your personal par. And then when you're having those bad days, it's time to work on your game. What does it take to get in the fairway? Does it going to be the driver? If you're slicing the driver so far that
You're never in play.
go get the 3-wood. Make it a little bit more enjoyable. Okay, so you got a little farther in. Some studies have come out from the National Golf Foundation, the United States Golf Association. Most golfers hit their 3-wood better than they hit their driver because there's more loft and less side spin. What I was explaining to you. And so it's a roll and a pitch is what we call it. Okay, the roll angle and the pitch, and it's so much easier to hit those fairway woods. Well, I hit my 3-wood a lot better than I hit my driver, right? Because it has more loft on it, and it doesn't have the side spin that you put when you slice. Well, what also happens is I showed you when we were doing the exercise, we were out there and I was talking about how the face looks closed. How many times did you close the face and all of a sudden you hit it? It's actually square.
Yeah,
It's because a driver is bowed because you can't, if you hit it at the speed that you hit it, if it was flat, you'd catch it like a catcher's mitt. So it has to have a little spring action. And so with less loft, that's a greater way of hitting it way right or way left, where your 3-wood has less of that on there and you can see that loft and you're going to hit it much better putting the same swing on it. So do that and go in and say, okay, the last couple of holes, my buddies are, whatever. I had a couple of cervezas. Let me see if I just get it in the fairway. Let's get it on the green and play one shot at a time, not play, I need to shoot 36 on the front side. If you change your mindset, okay. And Dr. Bob Rotella, who is the sports psychologist, you've seen him on CBS Sports. He is the psychologist for the golfers, all the stars. He wrote a book called Golf is Not a Game of Perfect. The things that you describe, the tour players go through the exact same way. I was telling you a story earlier. Nick Price, mad at shooting 69, blah, blah. If he don't birdie the first couple of holes, he wants to take his round and say, this round's not worth it. And then Dr. Bob Rotella says, well, what if you par the first 15 holes and birdie the last 3? It's still 69, right? Doesn't matter if you got 6 birdies, 3 bogeys, it's still
69.
69 to 69. But Nick Price felt that if he didn't birdie one of the first few holes, he was packing in his round. How many times have you got there? So I haven't made a par yet, man. Oh, God.
I'm looking at the scorecard and I'm like, man, I'm through 13 and I don't have a par. I have a bunch of bogeys, but I want that par. Like it's a mental game. It's his mental game. And you're right, you got to go in. I think there's 2 places you got to leave your ego at the door: the gym and the golf course.
Oh, I do with the gym.
You got to leave your ego at the clubhouse. After you pay, you got to say, all right, I'm here to have a good time. I'm not so. And I told you this at McDill. I'm not good enough. No, I wasn't telling you because I was telling one of the camera crew guys. I was like, I'm not good enough to get mad. Very rarely do I get mad. Well, now, will I mail in the round? Yes, but mad, I'll never get. I've never thrown a club. I've never broken a club. Never thrown a ball in the wall. I've never done any of that.
And I'm proud of you for that because, again, you said it on the button, whatever sport it is, okay, for amateur golfers. When's the last time you were on TV? When's the last time you got paid to be doing this? You don't.
Show called The Scramble.
Well, yeah, we got that, but we are playing golf on TV, but not at that level.
Right.
And so I've told people you're not good enough to get mad. You can be disappointed in yourself, but to get mad, to slam the ball markers, to things like that, with the prices that your clubs cost.
No.
Classic example, Sergio Garcia slammed his driver.
He should be, by the way, ban him.
Yes.
I know he's a past champion, like at least a 2-3 year suspension.
That is bad sportsmanship, and that is a bad look on
and he's
golf.
just, can I say, I don't want to hang out with Sergio. Am I allowed to say that? I know this is a positivity show, but I would never hang out with Sergio Garcia.
You're a reflection of the people you hang out with.
I don't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We could take that out if you want, but I don't want to hang out with Sergio.
No, and I get it, because there's certain people that
I'm sorry.
when I was playing out on the mini tours, there are some people that were out there that were way too serious, that were worse than me.
Yeah, I don't.
And you're sitting there, and it does affect you, because I'm out there grinding for one thing, but I want out there to be in good spirit as well. And I don't want to be out there with a bad attitude, because mad golf is sad golf. Okay. And I'll explain that to you right quick. Okay. When you're having a good golf game and you're having a little fun out there with your friends, that hole is about that big. You're making putts, you hit it, it goes through the trees, because trees are 90% air. The first time you start getting mad, that hole gets about that big, and those trees.
And you hit a tree this big that if you tell me, Rudy, I'll give you $1 million, you do it again, I couldn't do it again. And we were out at Patrick, Space Force Base, and we saw the 4 Airmen or 4 Guardians out there, and they looked like they were having a blast. Like, play with people with good energy. Just go have a good time. Remember, we saw them, we were driving past them, like, hey, how y'all doing? I was like, that's the kind of foursome that I want to be in. They were just you could just tell by the energy of their foursome, they were just having a good time. And I think that's what we've preached on this show, a bunch of episodes, is get away from, because what do they say? A bad day on the golf course beats a good day at work.
For most of you guys, I happen to do both.
You happen to do both.
But, as you see, I'm a cut up on the golf course. Okay. I've been at that level where the US Open qualifiers and things like that, where a nice shot was just, that's the conversation. And you go away taking Tylenol because you got a headache from playing 5 hours of thinking mentally. I'm in the point of my career where I call myself the great scramble partner, because I like to have fun. I like to hit it off my knees. We did a couple of fun trick shots, doing some crazy things. Yeah. That is golf to me now. And then there are those like my son, he's actually tour ready, right? Who can be funny during a scramble, but when he went to go, he could turn it on. The mental game. And I've tried to teach him the difference between that, a casual round and one that is in the books. But for a lot of amateurs who don't play tournament golf, all right, not even their club championship, because they're scared, don't be scared. Go out there and have fun.
Amen.
Enjoy it. And then if you have a bad hole, act like Peyton Manning. You just threw an interception. Do you think he's going to hand it off the rest of the game? No, he's going to go throw another pass.
No.
So go out there and hit another ball.
The best athletes I've seen in my career have amnesia. You got to have amnesia, and especially on the golf course. Now, we're rude, we're horrible hosts. Before we get out of here, you haven't even told us who your guest is. How rude of us.
Everybody knows who that is.
You haven't even introduced your guest, man. What are we doing?
That's Rory's dog.
That's Rory's dog? Was that a St. Bernard?
That is a St. Bernard. This is a replica of what he carries on his bag. A long time ago in my previous life, I acquired several of them through a sponsorship. My son has carried that bag. That head cover has 65 junior wins in it. And it's in our showcase at home. He was fortunate enough to meet Rory at the Dell Match Play, and Rory actually gave him one that looks like his, so that he does hold on here. But this is one that my son grew up idolizing Rory, and now they have become friends on Instagram.
That might be on eBay if that was me. See,
no, dude. No. That is priceless, because I know the blood, sweat, and tears that head cover went through.
Hey, bro, this economy, I might have to get that signed and get him.
Hey, if that gas price get any higher,
I might have to get him up out of here.
But that is it. As you can see, the eyeball has been missing. That has traveled thousands of miles through junior golf, and it is 2 years at Alabama State. 2 years at Alabama State. Everybody's like, you like Rory? I love Rory. Yeah. My son was just like, I love Rory. I love Rory. So that's in honor of him for the Masters win. Excited for Rory and see what comes. Excited for golf right now. Golf is in a great place.
Booming.
Our airmen are having so much fun. Again, another 23% rise in play with airmen's E1 to E4.
Really? Another 23%?
Another 23%.
Hey, that's a golf clap.
Oh, yes. That is totally awesome. And that's showing them that they are getting off the screens, getting on the greens. As I always say, and the T-shirts are in the works. Get off the Xbox and get on the T-box. that's going to be big for us because, again, we preach the ecosystem, but it's how we preach it too.
Okay.
If we preach going out, having a good time, playing to your personal par, don't take it so seriously that you're snapping clubs and tearing up the greens. What people don't realize, when you stick a divot in a green because you got mad at that putt, right? That green is about $50,000 each green. So just think about the grass that you're tearing up.
Amen to that too.
So don't do those things. So when you talked about that, I was very excited because Arnold Palmer almost banned Davis Love because he missed a putt at Bay Hill, walked by Arnie and slammed his putter into the water sprinkler head. And Arnie immediately pulled him by and said, if I ever see you do something like that again, I have enough pull. You'll never play on tour again.
I love it.
That is not what we showcase in golf. We are a gentleman's sport.
Love it.
And that's what we need to be right here. I mean,
yeah. LeBron James, all 90 million followers, he tweeted throughout the whole Masters.
Yes.
The golf is booming, man. So y'all get on board. All you Airmen and Guardians, get out there, man. Get some vitamin D.
Hey, we're making golf cool. I mean, Kevin Hart, that was fun. I mean, John Rahm's like way up there, and Kevin Hart.
Oh, it was
the bag's bigger.
It was the Shambo. I'm like, this looked weird. I was like, dang, Kevin.
Yeah, that was DeChambeau. Yeah, Mr. Scientist.
Yeah.
Now he's back making his own irons. That's kind of cool. 3D irons. That's going to be kind of wild. I hit one while I was at the PGA show. Jury's still out on that.
Yeah.
But, you know, it is about making the game fun, enjoyable, whether you're playing 9 holes or you're playing 18 holes, it doesn't matter. Go out there, get your vitamin D, get your mental self back in. Because, you know, especially with our Airmen and our Guardians, all of our war fighters, they're on the go 24/7, 365. At a moment's notice, as we talked with Mig, I mean, you press the button and guess what? We're mission ready and we got to rock and roll. So getting time away and getting out on the golf course, don't go out there all mad. Let's go out there and have a good time, go relax, maybe have a couple adult beverages or whatever you want to drink. But go out there and just hang out and relax. Yeah, make sure you do drink your water. Yeah. Electrolytes. You don't want to end up like Dave.
Right. Lord. Anyway.
That's sad, man. Mercy room texting you pictures.
Yeah.
But the most thing is just have fun out there. That's what we want. And, you know, playing with you, it's enjoyable because you are competitive, right? And I saw that in you, but then you're real.
Yeah.
You know, you're there and you're going, okay, all right, I got this.
I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're getting there. So, I mean, it's been a fun week with the Masters. I stop everything. And one last stat before we got to go. A stat came out in Business Weekly. It says that 95% production goes down during the Masters week. I wonder why.
Oh, wow.
Because they got their iPads, their TVs, everybody like, I'm working. Oh, yeah, I'm working. Yeah. Oh, did you see that putt?
No. See you on Monday.
But that's good because that helps grow the game.
Yeah.
It helps grow the game and the interest in the game. And we topped last year in 2025 50 million participants, whether it's on course, off course, in the United States alone, playing golf. There's up 2 million people.
Make it tough for tee times, but that's okay.
Yeah, go to Top Golf.
Yeah, or Top Tracer.
Or folks, just go to your local Air Force golf course, call the pro if you don't have a pass or you're not an ID card holder, and let them sponsor you on and find out and play our wonderful golf courses. We have a lot of famous people who designed our golf courses. They're in great shape, very interesting holes, and there's a story behind every golf course in our portfolio.
Very much so. I found that out.
Yes, and you had a good time, man.
Great time.
Yeah, man, my arms are sore from push-ups. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for this week's show. Rudy, like always.
Pleasure.
This is a fun journey with you.
Pleasure's all mine.
I can't wait till I see you break 80 for the first time.
It's coming. It's coming.
It is. Hey, folks, you do what it takes to keep yourself safe. We're going to see you again on the next episode of the Air Force Golf Show. I'm Dave Roberts.
I'm Rudy J.
We're saving lives one swing at a time.